There's 5 phases. I brought out 5 whiskeys.
Okay, you got it.
If you all are, wherever you're watching from, you have some whiskeys, cocktails, maybe think of something different to pair with each one.
Right.
And so as we launch into Monday, tell us about those phases and how we should approach them.
Well, obviously, when we go into the Earth or the moon's shadow,
yes,
or I guess the moon basically starts to cover up the sun. It's going to be a partial eclipse right there. That's when I'm hitting my Green River, right? Because that's my hometown bourbon right there. I'm very proud of this, too, from Owensboro, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And you've had this. And
it's
you've got
so wonderful.
You've got the rye version of this.
The rye is beautiful. A lot of nice citrus.
Right now. Yeah.
Very bright.
We've got basically about an hour of partial. We're going to be seeing basically different phases, almost like you see the different phases of a moon over a course of a month. You're going to be seeing the different phases of the sun, so to speak, because it's going to be like the moon's going to be basically taking a bigger and bigger bite out of the sun. What I'm really most interested in the second phase is when we just get closer to totality, we're going to be seeing the diamond ring. This is the last beam of light that we're going to be seeing from the sun as basically the moon is about to cover up the sun. You're going to see the aura around it, and you're going to see that bright light. They call it the diamond ring effect.
Diamond ring.
And so that's when we're going to be hitting, I guess, the Jefferson's Ocean. Is that what's going to be?
Well, we got both. We got the ocean and the tropics. Both the tropics was aged in Singapore with the little extra humidity. The very first ever bourbon aged in Singapore, and this, of course, several years ago it came out. As you know, the ocean, so amazing. It's actually aged on the ocean, so the bourbon is actually aged at sea. So these relate to weather. That's what I was thinking. These relate to weather.
Exactly.
They're perfect as we're almost there.
It's going to be
right at 2.
Central time.
2 is
2:02 is when
the totality happens.
But right around 2 is when you're going to see that diamond ring effect, and that's what I'm talking about. Then that phase, then we go into totality.
So you're going to be watching, and you're going to say, okay, now it's at the very center. I can take them off for a few seconds. Or a few minutes.
For 3 minutes, we're going to be in totality, and you should be fine without the glasses. Once the moon is total, like I said, you'll be able to see the diamond ring effect. That's when you know we're about to go total. Boom, it goes total. I think we're going to know it. I mean, when it happens,
you'll know it.
We're going to hear crickets chirping. All these animals are going to be thinking it's nighttime. And
you'll hear the crickets, the birds.
You'll hear birds singing their roosting song that they normally sing right before they go to bed at night.
It may get a little chillier,
the temperature's going to drop a little colder. It's only going to be for 3 minutes, but the temperature will be dropping. I'm going with the stout stuff. Since it's total, I'm going with the Woodford 124.7. And then basically we go back into partial stages again. And then we're basically out of the eclipse altogether.
There's cocktails online I've seen.
The next phase here.
Well, we got that's okay. We have the Peerless bourbon. I have some wonderful Peerless single barrel bourbon, which is not quite as much proof as this one, but it's still bold. It's reminding us of something bold we just saw.
Right.
And then for the last phase, the Bhakta 1928.
It's a
coming out. Spirit which has been aged for many years. It has some Armagnac, which dates back to 1928. Calvados and rye whiskey. It's a blend of things that are a few years old up to really old, almost 100 years old.
I was about to say that's almost 100 years old.
Yeah.
Some of that. It's probably not a bad thing to have because at the end of this eclipse, Tom, what we're going to be thinking is, when is the next eclipse and when can I see it? The problem is, in our lifetime here, we're not going to see it again. It will be not quite
300 years?
1928, it's going to be more, it's going to be...
Unless we find out bourbon really preserves you and I, we might wait around. But it probably won't. We'll try it. We can try it today.
Yeah,
we're trying it today to see if it does.
No, I'm going to be sampling that here in a second. But I'm